What's going on, guys? It's Mohammed. I'm the founder of the Zen Guide to Freedom from Porn. And if you're watching this video, that's how you're discovering me. You're actually ended up just on this page on Instagram here, and you're here now watching this video. And my intentions are for you to get to know me better and understand where I'm coming from, why I'm sharing the things that I'm sharing, and mostly my story with porn. And I want to say porn addiction, but see, researchers and psychologists and the professionals out there haven't actually proved that porn is an addiction yet. All the studies and everything that's happening. But this is my personal story. So my personal journey. And I believe that if you have to do something every day and you can't go without it, it's pretty safe to say that's kind of like an addiction. So, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, not a physician, not a therapist, not any professional in any way. If you have problems, dealing with sexual addiction and porn addiction and all the stuff that you feel like you can't get help, talk to someone, okay? It's all my personal story. But yeah, it's interesting. I just finished a meditation. I'm actually sitting right beside my bed. And just wanted to make this video. And I get a lot of questions. I've got a lot of questions the last 5-10 years, as I've got on this journey where I talk a lot about, sexual energy and the side effects of porn and ejaculation and masturbation, and not just porn, but like even just ejaculating over and over and over again. It's just not healthy. I've read enough books and I've researched enough things to realize that one of the keys to longevity is to keep that life force in, right? So yeah, like, I don't know if you guys are into crystal stones. I sleep with them. I have them all over my house and my place. But yeah, so that's what I think. And in this video, I guess what I want to share is that sexual energy, it's a real thing. When you're super horny, that's sexual energy. And if you learn how to transmute that sexual energy through deep breathing exercises, through consistency and practice of these strategies, then yeah, you can learn how to use your sexual energy to achieve your goals in your life. To achieve a side hustle, or you want to get healthier, you want to have more confidence, you want to talk to women, you want to start making money, you want to invest your money, you want to have energy, stamina, charisma, enthusiasm. All these things, you want to have them. You can actually have them, and you can use your sexual energy to achieve these things. Sexual energy is one of the highest stimulating energies in our bodies. And if we learn how to tap into it, wow, amazing things happen. So if you have watched or read, if you have read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, it's number one book that's created the most millionaires. It was written in the 1920s. It's a very hard book to read. If you're not ready mentally to read it, you probably won't want to read it. But chapter 13, he talks about sexual transmutation, the mysteries of sexual transmutation, how some of the most successful people ever used their sexual energy to achieve their goals in their life. And this may sound crazy, like, oh, like why, but like, it's because when you discover that you have this superpower within yourself that you can tap into, why wouldn't you, right? And in that book, he also talks about how it's very rare men ever achieve success before the age of 40. And why is that? Because that's around the time when usually they have a family and they have, a wife. So they're sexually satisfied. So they're not out there chasing tail, which means that sexual energy and the anticipation and the chase, that the time they used to put into that and the energy they used to put into that, now they're using it actually to achieve their passion, their goals and their dreams, and make something happen, bring value to the marketplace, start a massive business, anything that they want to do. Guys, I'm 31 years old, okay? And let's be honest, let's be real. When I'm in my 20s, that's all I did was chasing tail. At the same time though, I was very, very ambitious, and I had a lot of motivation. So I was also making a lot of money. So really, I wasn't chasing tail. I was achieving success, and I was like, starting different, like I was working really hard. I had a really hard job, and I went to the rigs and I started businesses, and I always hustled. And that hustle, I realized that, helped me bring women in. But that has nothing to do with, my compulsive usage of porn all my 20s, even from my early teens, watching porn from as long as I can remember. I would watch it every day, every other day, and it was something fun. It was exhilarating, you know, and it was like just the secrecy in it and everything about it was so amazing, so beautiful. I enjoyed it. But when I discovered that everything that I'm doing was the reason for the lack of concentration that I have, the lack of focus, the lack of drive, I'm not really, I don't enjoy sex with women as much. I'm not, as intimate. I'm not as emotional. I'm not open. My heart's not open. And I'm just using these bodies to masturbate as well. And porn was just getting more intense and more intense. I went from watching women, eating each other out to like men, banging a woman, and then I started like watching a guy tying a woman down, until you start watching some very scary and interesting things, right? But that's what happens. You watch porn and slowly you rewire your brain. That's what happens. Okay. Just like anything, it takes about 67, 68 days to build a habit. Not 21 days, what these online gurus try to sell you on their programs. 21 days to change a habit and start this and start that. It actually takes about 68 to 69 days to change a habit. It's in Psycho-Cybernetics. Read the book, Maxwell. Psycho-Cybernetics. Look at the book. He was one of the very well-known psychologists, psychotherapists of his days back in the 70s. He wrote this book and he talks about the self-image and the fact that it takes 67 to 68 days to build a habit. And that's why my program is 98 days, because I want to work with you and really truly help you transform and build the right habits around this destructive habit that you have. And guess what? Anyways, so it takes 68 days to build a habit. And the whole point is that if you're, I kind of lost my train of thought here. What was I actually talking about here? Sexual energy, and like you rewire your brain. So think about it, guys. If you are actually, like let's say any habit, you're watching porn. So the best way to get over watching porn is you have to actually go 68 to 69 days without it to build the habit, right? So over time, as you're watching porn, that's how you're rewiring your brain. Because let's say first you watch a woman just eating each other out, and over time you're watching more intense and more intense stuff. That actually rewires your brain. At the same time, your reward system, the dopamine hits that you get every time you watch more intense stuff, that is getting used to, and the tolerance is building up to more intense stuff. Guess what? So now, after a couple of months and a couple of years of watching porn and watching all these intense scenes and building this habit, you don't enjoy actual sex with a woman anymore. You don't even enjoy a woman eating each other out, the scenes. You want to see more intense scenes, and your whole habit is because you have rewired your brain to this new exhilarating scenes and feelings and sensations, and you're not enjoying the normal stuff, right? But yeah, it's funny, guys, like there's so much I can talk about, there's so much I can talk about. But the plan is to continue sharing these things on this page, because I have made a commitment. I have made a commitment to myself that my goal and my intentions are to share everything I know about this stuff for the next decade or so. You're going to see hundreds and hundreds of videos on this page. My YouTube channel is actually being launched this week. My team is working on that. We have recorded some videos. And I want to talk about this because I think this is something, it is the key to becoming your most highest, most wisest, most self-aware self. Is once you can control your sexual urges, your sexual temptations, and learn actually to use the sexual energy towards amazing things, or even get into it deeper, semen retention, holding your semen in, to learning how to orgasm without ejaculating and hold, it gets, you can really get into this and truly tap into some superpowers within yourself, right? So guys, I want to thank you though for watching this video. If you've made it this far, if you have comments, suggestions, anything, please, I appreciate it. Maybe say, hey, I want you to talk to me about this, or I want you to tell me about how stopping porn, influenced you to start an investment portfolio. How did you start a business? How did you start traveling the world? And how all this stuff has to do with watching porn. Anything you want to know, I'm here. I've been making a video like this for the last couple of nights, and I'm going to continue making them because, I believe the world needs to hear this. That's what I have heard. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys have yourself an amazing and a fabulous time from the moment you finish watching this video.